chatting anyway.
Finally.
So last year, right? Do you remember how far in advance we added ad copy? Because Barbara wants to kind of cut it close. Barbara Favola wants to send us her ad copy a week ahead of time.
What the hell is
And
ad copy?
just like,
For the
you know,
program?
probably her logo or whatever for the
Oh,
program. And I'm guessing maybe her assistant's out or something. I don't know, but I can ask her if she can get it to us sooner if that's. At least we're saying that may be necessary, or maybe we've already missed the boat.
Plenty. No, we haven't missed any boats. I just wasn't putting all the pieces together of what I created. I didn't realize that that was associated with that. And then when you said the 20th, I thought our event was on the 24th because I'm really bad at dates. So I am up to speed now. I think we'll make this work. It's really, at worst case, we're gonna have paper printing. That's all that I'm saying. We'll be okay, and we can make sure we have everybody taken care of, especially our elected leaders.
Okay.
From my side,
Hello.
we,
Good, I don't mean to interrupt, I apologize for being late.
Oh, no. Actually, can you introduce yourself? Because we should go around the room. I don't think anyone's met you in person.
Did we call to order?
Let's call to order. Can we start recording? Thank you. We are recording. Okay, excellent. So we're going to have a great meeting. Barbara is going to lead us off after introductions. And then Janine probably has a lot to say about Women of Vision Awards. And then anyone else who has announcements. Why don't we go around? So, you know me, Julia, we've met. It's good to see you.
I'm Caroline Romano.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Arbara Johnson.
Nice to meet you. So I'm Jax, everyone. I am a Arlingtonian new as of 2018, and I'm loving the community. I work at Accenture as an application development engineer, and I'm trying to find more ways to get involved with my community, use my skills, use my expertise. I have a non-traditional learning background. I got into tech and really just following where the great companies are. And this is a really great county to be in, and I'm enjoying living here. I live in Pentagon City, so I have been on a couple Zoom calls watching you guys over the link that's on the government website, but this is my first time in person, so it's great to see you guys.
Yeah,
There's snacks.
Yeah, there's snacks.
Yeah. And are you a commissioner, or have you applied, or are you just visiting?
I'm considering applying. Reading all you wonderful ladies' biographies, I don't know if I am even on the level right now.
you can judge your biography.
Yeah. You know how bios are done.
Yeah.
You're an Accenture, you know how bios are done.
Right.
Right.
It's more about enthusiasm.
Yeah, I would be happy to apply. I love what you're
Rachel?
I'm Rachel Johnston, new to Arlington as well, and
I'm Marguerite Luter.
Jordan Stevenson.
Susan Strauss.
Janine Finch.
Brittany South Staff Liaison. Okay, great. Thank you everyone for humoring me on that. So now Arbara is only with us until past. So it would be lovely, Arbara, if you could lead us off.
Yeah, before I turn into a pumpkin, I myself. So yes, I just provided, I don't think testimony is the right word, but I just provided input into the budget process on behalf of the Commission on the Status of Women to the county board members and the staff. So this was a session where the county manager has presented his budget, and all the staff presents to the board members, and they can ask questions, and also the commissions. And so what I presented on is a distillation of what the commission has been talking about in the fall and winter. Jordan and Rachel took the lead on preparing the written testimony, which included reading the budget, which is really long. So thank you. But what we did first is, and we got, I got some advice from expert testifier on the commission's behalf, Caroline. So we first pulled out some things that we really liked in the budget, which is that the county is expanding a lot of benefits for county employees, expansion of parental leave policy, adoption assistance increase in FSA dependent care match. So we applauded that, and then we also applauded the family planning services provided by the county and an increased family planning grant. And then we got to our asks, the first of which was abortion services. It's unclear if abortions are available in Arlington.
Which means that they're not.
I actually think they are not. There may be some private providers, but I don't think there are. I noted that at our unscientific toothpick poll at the county fair, reproductive rights was the #1 priority. And so we asked that the county-sponsored healthcare center provide family planning services, including abortion, emergency contraception medication, and hormone replacement therapy. So Katie Crystal, board member Katie Crystal, when she was asking her questions, sort of flagged that. She said, thank you to the commission for calling attention to this. We are in discussions. We have this strong county-based healthcare model that we need to, increase. That may not mean actually providing abortions, but anyway, so she did flag that. She paid attention. I think they all paid attention. And then the second thing I asked them to consider is better county data about women and gender equity. And then we sort of rolled 3 of the issues that our commission has been talking about for a while into that: better public availability of data on sexual assault and violent crime. We went into some specifics, making public the percentage and numbers of female hires by the county, including compensation levels by gender, and public availability of performance measures indicating gender equity in the delivery and promotion of small business support services. And then I added at the end, I said, I know this is not an APS budget, but we would like to make sure that you're aware that the APS is not providing menstrual products in the bathrooms yet. And it is a state law, probably an unfunded mandate, because there was a lot of discussion of unfunded mandates in the DHS budget talk. So I just urge them to pay attention to that.
Did they raise eyebrows or acknowledge that?
Takas came up to me afterwards and said, I can't believe this doesn't already exist. My high school in Europe had this, 30 years ago. I'm like, yeah, that's the high school in Europe.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not rocket science. Why? It's not hard to do. Why are they not available in the bathrooms? And I said, yes, these are the questions we are asking. And I showed him the latest correspondence that Barbara Kennanen had when she was still on the school board. So that generated interest. And then a county staffer also mentioned that and sort of thanked me for advocating. So that's it. And I am planning to submit, I'll slightly clean this up, but I was planning to submit it on behalf of the entire commission as written testimony on the commission letterhead. So I guess.
Can you copy us when you've got that done?
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So copy everyone. And, yeah. Okay. Yep. And thanks again to who actually read the budget.
We just kind of, go to high level.
Yeah. Control F.
Yeah.
Control
F
F is your
pages
friend.
or
Really?
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah.
And
So.
Arbor, when is the date they decide final decision? on
Well,
it?
they still have a bunch more hearings. I don't know exactly if I don't think there's like one date where they decide. I think it's an ongoing conversation with the county manager and the board.
But the one that you went to is the one, she went to the one for that the county essentially designated as one that they would invite our testimony.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's the
Right,
one
this
most
was our one
relevant.
and only chance to give input after the county board manager's proposal has been presented. There will be opportunity for public feedback, I believe, at some later point, but this was specifically for commission feedback.
Which should be on the board site, the county board site, when the
Right.
public is free to.
Right,
And the fiscal year is July 1, right?
Sounds right. You budget readers, do you remember? No, I think
That
it's,
sounds
I
right.
think it's July 1.
Yeah.
So, and I'm very sorry that I will miss the Women of Vision, but I'm excited about your two great winners. And if I don't get my visa, I guess that would be a silver lining.
Yeah.
You're gonna have winners?
Yes, we do.
Or is it a 2-year budget?
So it's a 1-year budget.
It's a 1-year?
Fiscal
I
year.
think Fall
Yeah.
Church has a 2-year.
No, it's just 1 year.
It's okay.
Every year we do this.
And then we do the capital improvement plan every 2 years.
Ah.
That's 4 10 years.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Arbra, for giving
Yeah,
us.
thank you, Arbra.
Yeah. No, I was glad to have done it, and I did not need to worry about, it was a 3 to 6 time frame, and I did not need, I could have arrived at 5:45, but that's fine.
Who knew though? So
I
good.
could have arrived at 6, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, great. Well,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Let's see when things appear in the bathroom.
I know, right?
It does make them a little more sympathetic to us though, when they drag it out and we're the last on the list.
Yeah.
And that year Carolyn and I did it, they sort of felt sorry.
I think we're always last.
Oh, well.
You went before us.
Everyone. I mean, it was like housing, there were 3 departments. I forget what the first one was. It was something that involved, I think, like police and safety, and then there was housing, and I got there like halfway through housing. And then it was all of DHS. And then after DHS, county staff presented, then they had the 3 commissions weigh in. And I was the last of the 3 commissions.
Women, W, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because I was the only one physically in the room, and the other 2 were virtual. But
Oh,
I'm
really?
Interesting.
not
we all got
positive. Yeah, I think we're
I think they would let you go first if the other ones were virtual, because you're actually there in the room.
maybe because it's a W, it's alphabetical order.
I don't know if. Do you have anyone? Yes, yeah, I didn't know if there was, we don't have anyone virtually tonight.
No, although I thought Kaylee might be able to call in, but not so far at least. So, all right, well, great. So, everyone's okay, we're gonna move on to Women of Vision. And Janine, would you like to start by telling everyone who our winners are for this year? Because I mean, it's pretty exciting.
Actually, I will let Marguerite.
Oh, Marguerite?
Yes.
Oh, that makes
Yes.
sense, because she's at the committee.
Yes. I was like,
Yes.
I don't want to steal anyone's thunder.
Right.
I would just like to say before Marguerite gets started that I had like all these like well intentions of like being a part of the nomination committee and really understanding how this worked, and then life got in the way. And I am so grateful that Marguerite was able to totally take over with very short notice. I hope I responded back to all of your emails because it was phenomenal, and I can't wait to hear more of what you have to say. So it would be a treat for me too. Thank you so much.
Great selection committee. Everybody obviously had got the email inviting you personally to join the selection committee. Thanks to those who said yes, it was a great committee. It was Arbra and Jordan and Julia and Susan and me. And everybody read everything that they needed to read in the time that we had available. Thanks to Courtney for how she got them to us. I am thrilled to be able to tell you we had more nominations than we've ever had, 22.
Wow.
22. So the first good message is the additional communications things we're doing are working. Kaylee doing social media, all of us posting on the various things we use, whether that's Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever. The email list that Janine used to send out the call for nomination. I mean, 22, think about it. Now, still had the same range of, there was one that had like 1 sentence or 2,
Right.
to the one that was 7 or 8 pages. You know, so we had this, but that's always going to be in an award process. The first thing is to get the numbers up. So we were thrilled. And as we would have expected, twice the number of nonprofit as we would for government and for business, which in my mind just reinforces the need to have those as separate categories, because those women would just get lost in the slew of nonprofits that we were looking at nonprofits. Happy to say that the winners are,
Sorry, how many did we have last year, nominations?
I want to say it was, I'm going off the top of my head.
Don't
Like,
remember.
it was like in the
I feel like
teens.
last year was the most we'd ever had.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Oh,
for,
okay.
Yeah.
it was, but it was maybe in the teens.
Yeah, I want to say like 13, 14.
And I will say, we do not, obviously, those on the selection committee don't share what was in the nominations, but we also don't go share the number because, you know, we don't need the public saying this person
Yeah.
won out of X
Right.
number of nominations, if you will, so that we keep all of that to ourselves. But this was just really a banner year, and the winners are. In the nonprofit category, Krista Jones, I think everybody knows Krista.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is this getting recorded now and put up on the website?
That's fine because we told so I'll give you the communications process, but we're well into communications.
Okay.
So
That's the part
everybody.
about not wanting folks to know. that I'm
Oh, the number of nominations. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's hope that'll get buried and lost in the details, if you will. But in any event, but I didn't specify how many in each category. But Krista Jones, and for those of you who are relatively new and don't know that, Krista is a former commissioner, former chair, served as a chair for 1 year, if you will. But her nominator just did yeoman's job of talking about her life, if you will, and all that she has done to encourage women and their voices and empower women and all of that. So it was a great nomination. Can't wait to see what Janine does with the video. In the business category, Krista Jones, Krysta, and Jones is the last name. In the business category, Karen Rosales. Karen is, okay, so I'm blanking for a moment.
CEO.
Arlington Community Federal Credit Union, no, Arlington Community Credit, it's the credit
Federal.
union in Arlington.
Yes.
Community federal.
Community federal.
Federal,
You had it right.
okay, thank you. But in any event, talking about the impact initiatives that she has initiated since she has led the Arlington Credit Union, and there are a lot, including a package to make it easier for women who are formerly incarcerated to be able to bank where they weren't able to before. I mean, just a lot of great things. It's going to represent business really well in what she has done with the culture inside the company, as well as what she's done for consumers of the bank. So that's exciting. And then the third category, there's a woman who works for APS that has created this phenomenal organization that is now referred to as Casa Mariflor. She's of Salvadoran descent, and she noticed a few years ago that there were many in her community that needed food and essential services, and she has built this from the ground up. Just a phenomenal story of what she's able to provide, and she's it's kind of like they buried the lead that. And she's a bus attendant for Arlington Public Schools, and goes on and on and on about customers like, oh my God, she works for APS. And so she's obviously doing this as her side job, right? And just fantastic work. So we're really thrilled with all of them. We are well into the communications process. We had lots of help from lots of people. Jordan's doing the write-ups that we'll show in the press release and in the program, and Julia's going to help edit those. And Jordan contacted the winners. All the winners have been notified. I called the nominators of the winners. They were all ecstatic. It's all in progress. We sent an email to all the nominators to thank them and told them who had won, and also invited them to come to the event. We also did this year, we don't every year do it, but this year we did personalized emails to the nominees who did not win, telling them it was still an honor to have been nominated. And we hope they'll come to the event, kind of thing. So, we got all that done. So it's all wrapped up with a little bow on it.
What's her name, the last one?
Mariflor.
Oh, I thought that was the organization that she started.
Oh, no, I
That's
said
what
the
people call
Casa
it.
Mariflor, yeah. Mariflor Ventura
That's her name.
is her name. I'm sorry. Yes, I got carried away with them calling it Casa Mariflor.
I don't know where Krista is working now. She's still working for.
Vote lead in, vote
Impact.
lead,
Impact.
impact, yes, thank you. Organization called.
And it's, the credit union could be a potential sponsor since one of their.
Already sent them the package, talked to the nominator, and
Yeah.
she happens to be the VP of Community Impact, and she said, obviously, we're gonna have Karen make the final decision. She said, sometimes she's a little cautious about sponsoring when we're a winner, because it might look like we just
Right.
bought the award. But she said, we'll certainly consider it. And so then I said, if you don't want to do one from the organization, you might do one personally. I said there are some lower levels and you might consider sponsoring as a person.
Yes.
So we talked.
And Karen is on the financial security panel.
So, yeah.
Yes, in
Sponsor
June.
that.
Yes.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Or sponsor next year.
But they were excited.
That is great. It was really wonderful. I mean, you made it so easy for us.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, thank you.
We did.
You all
Yes.
were great to work with. So we
Yes.
had some great dialogue about all those candidates too, so.
I'll just share a small insight for anyone that's ever deciding if they want to chair this event in another year. I called Marguerite and I was like, I've got all these ideas, and I had talked to Julia, and Julia was like, talk to Marguerite. Marguerite knows everything, and her memory is like,
better.
Yeah.
like no one else's. And I was like, I've got all these ideas, Marguerite, and we were on the phone for maybe 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, you're already doing all my ideas. I don't have anything. So really, really, I think, very beautiful process you have done. And I was just so I wasn't even a part of any of the meetings, but just seeing all the emails come through, I was like, one day I'll have my life together like this. So thank you everybody. In just being on the emails, I can't imagine how hard it was or maybe easy. It seemed like we had a lot of very worthy nominees.
Yes.
And I even ran into somebody that was nominated this morning at an event and had gotten your email saying, sorry. And she was like, oh, that was so sweet of the person to nominate me. So I think it reinforced, because otherwise you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they might not know who nominated them or
Yeah,
that they
or that,
nominated.
that they were
That's a good
regarded
point.
so well in the community.
Right.
It was very difficult. We had a fantastic nominees.
Yeah.
It's a hard choice.
Yeah.
Well, good job, team. Awesome. So, anybody else have anything else on nominations before you get to listen to me talk for a long time?
Take it down a notch. It's way too feel good right now.
I said before you listen to me talk, I was like, talk about
Bad. We need some of that. Something's gotta be going wrong. Come on.
Where's the
The
PR
Arbor.
program? Come on.
Bye-bye.
Just kidding.
The program. Not the program, the ads for the program.
They're gonna be fine.
My nightmare.
Jordan is a magician. Oh, it'll be good.
That's right.
So I had a great, I'll just start from the beginning. I had a great call with, I kind of broke it into different sections. So the room, I had a great call with Jennifer today. And then I think Courtney talked to her shortly after Jennifer and I talked. So she runs the Arlington room at AED. So we're gonna run an HDMI from my computer. We're gonna have music playing, just like instrumental jazz. I was like, every time I try and put a woman's playlist together, I feel like there's some song that comes on and I'm like, ooh, maybe this isn't the vibe we were going for.
So true.
So instrumental jazz music, modern, contemporary. No words. So we'll run the slideshow or the screen that has our logo on it, and then logos for partners and things like that will be running. The room has a max capacity of 100, but if you guys remember from years past, the doors kind of swing open. So Courtney and I both just asked Jennifer to let us know what's the capacity for that lobby area is, and that's typically been where we have the bar. We won't have a bar this year, obviously, but spilling out into, I think people will naturally just kind of spill out into that area to have more to talk. So she's gonna get back to us on that, but
Already said no more, obviously. I missed something.
you're not allowed to serve alcohol.
They have forbidden us.
Really?
So
That was
that's
the
a
final?
definite, yeah,
You
is
gotta
that
drink
final,
before you
final?
It was still up in the air last time we heard.
Yeah, last we heard it was.
Well, I mean, I think, I don't know. Everyone we've talked to has basically said, well, we'll ask again.
Give me a
So,
phone number.
give you a phone number? I would be glad to.
Well, I mean, let's not have it be vague.
It's really gotta be
Right.
Bryna, because I met Bryna for donuts and coffee. And she, I think, is kind of behind this, I don't know.
What's
Mark
Bryna?
Schwartz will do whatever she tells him to do.
What's
I get
Bryna?
the
What is it?
impression.
What is
She's
it?
the engagement chief.
She's pretty high up. She used to be in the
Alcohol
Obama administration.
We should push on that, I think.
I mean,
here's the
I've
thing,
already
there's a
done everything I
policy,
can, but
do we
I'd
ever get
love
a
to
copy
have
of
a
the
bad cop. Please do
Did
it.
we ever get a copy of the policy?
No, we never got a copy
coffee
of the
and donuts
policy.
with Bryna is not how you make decisions.
Right.
That's true.
Well, I also talked to Mark Schwartz, but, I got the feeling that he was basically like, well, staff has drafted this policy and I can't believe it doesn't permit you to, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. He's like, oh, well, I'll take it.
Does it not? I mean, I haven't read the policy, I have no idea.
Well, it does not, but, because we've had it read to us by Courtney, but, and although we found a few ways that we could define words differently, Caroline, of course we did, but they don't agree with us. So at the moment, it's still a no.
Who's they, Bryna?
It's really Bryna. Because again, Mark Schwartz is like, really, does it prohibit that? Well, I have, maybe Bryna, well, yeah, it does prohibit that. Well, that's absurd. But anyway, so right now, yes, we don't have permission. And
I think we should push back on that.
I think it would be great. And again, I'd love to have a bad cop push back on it. She had a lot of other beefs to pick with me and how we ran the event last year.
Who did?
Bryna did.
Why? What happened?
Is that the engagement person?
Head of communications.
What is her problem with how we did it last year?
Lots of problems. She thought we pushed for money too much. She thought it looked like a bunch of white ladies giving awards to white ladies. And I couldn't disagree with her on who we were giving awards to, even though the commission is mixed, because unfortunately, we didn't know the color of the nominees. And so we just picked based on.
I wish I'd been a part of the conversation.
God help me.
Yeah. But anyway, so this year I was much more careful to do a lot of.
Very
finer
careful.
LinkedIns and-
I would like to highlight that.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of conversations with Julia. We've been very careful,
Very,
so.
very careful. We've been varying the donation requests a lot more than usual. We still, at the moment have donations, which I'm sure Janine would be happy to share with us, which is great. But in any event, so she had a lot of stuff that she thought looked not welcoming to people in the community. And I was like, well, so she's leading with all this stuff, right? And then I'm working in my ask, right? And I'm not a pushover. We didn't leave the conversation with her saying, oh, it's a no-go. We left the conversation with her saying, I'm going to take that back. But I have heard nothing from her, and I'm hearing that she's the one kind of pushing this on us. So.
I'll keep the rest of my comments out of the record.
Do you want to take the lead?
What am I gonna do? Start a fire?
At least have a conversation. Well, in this case.
I feel ill-equipped. If I don't have the policy in front of me to read it for myself, I don't feel comfortable arguing and taking people's words for things.
It's kind of ridiculous for them to enforce a policy on us that has not been shown to us.
Can we get the
Exactly.
policy, Courtney?
What
Can
about
we
freedom of
officially request the
information?
policy?
Oh, that's
And
ridiculous.
actually, the way to say it is, the commission is concerned that we are not getting a positive response on serving alcohol
I
at the
will
event.
say the other
So we
thing that
would like to
making a
see
big
the
deal
policy.
about alcohol does not look very good. I will mention that. Even though we all know that it's nice at an event.
And-
It helps people loosen up.
And
But
in this day and age, we're not talking about during the workday. And we're technically not talking about in somebody's office doing it.
And they're
So
charging people to get in.
this is
Yeah.
not about
she views it
not
as,
looking good.
she views it as, look, we represent the county, so the county serving alcohol is not really her favorite look, I guess.
This isn't serving, this is
asked-
people paying their money to buy a drink who want to. We're
And
not telling anybody.
I made all of our arguments, Marguerite, very clearly. She
But at the-
understands. I was like, we raised the money. It's a cash bar. I explained everything to her.
At the very least, we should use all of this to say that we need to get the policy because we're not happy with the thought that we cannot offer our guests the opportunity to buy a drink.
Well,
Yeah,
and
the reception is
we're
kind of-
adhering to a policy that we've never seen.
That's
Like,
right.
on what planet is
We ought to-
that reasonable?
We ought to at least
It's
get
not
the
due
policy.
process.
Yeah, not
There's this
only that,
policy
are
of
we
a
being
name.
So
singled
Courtney, can
out?
you request the policy?
It's a meal policy.
It's a what, I'm sorry?
Meal policy, it was updated.
You're saying
Oh,
meal?
you have it?
Meal.
Oh, well, can you send it to all of us?
Yeah.
Meal
I think, I don't know, you saw it at the chair's meeting.
Saw it?
She told it, you learned about it before.
Yeah, learned about it.
Okay,
I learned about
so
it.
you, okay. Courtney tried sharing it with me and it wouldn't open.
That's what I thought, yeah, so
Oh.
we have it,
Can you save it as a PDF and then, yeah.
So, yeah, she's completely aware of how we interpret it, and she basically is saying, it's not gonna be viewed that way. She's like, the public's gonna see it as, it's an event that the county is holding, as far as the public sees it, that, you know, it's a perception, and you wanna make it
We have
available.
had no negative response
I know.
about offering people the opportunity to buy a glass of wine.
And if Brian would have just like 10 minutes, I'm sorry, I heard that. I was like, what the-
But it's Xenia. Hey, Xenia. Hi, Xenia. How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Haven't other commissions or branches of the government had receptions?
Yes.
Liquor?
Yes, well, with beer and wine.
Beer mine, sorry.
Well, that's basically what we had was beer and wine.
No, that was just so,
Yeah.
not, it wasn't like we were like, shots of tequila, everybody, let's go.
Right. There's a big difference between serving and selling.
That's right,
That too is not
That's
open
true.
bar.
that's right.
So anyway, okay, well, we'll all get the policy, we can all look at it. You're a lawyer, you can make the arguments, you know, she's already heard the arguments, but
I
you
think
may
it's
make
worth
them,
making them again.
you may
I
make
think
them
maybe
more
her
for us.
boss needs, I mean, if
Mark
he's,
Schwartz,
but if he says, oh, is that what it means? That's not governance.
what other commissions have held events that have alcohol at them?
I have no idea.
Because there's,
She told me none.
yeah, that's what she told me too.
None?
She said to me, no, so if you can think of any, let us know. They say, you know, it's worse than numbers.
I
Since the
Why
policy
would the
went in.
planning commission host a party? Right, like, come on.
I learned about this policy like a week after Julia, and it was just screen sharing with, when we, whatever, January's meeting, that we talked about it, or February maybe, I don't know, no, it was January. So I've had the same conversation, I felt strongly about this, I feel like we are being penalized from someone for being women, putting on a very nice looking event because of all in-kind donations, because the only thing that we've historically paid for, as far as I've understood, is the food. Everything else has been donated
Right.
by women to celebrate women in Arlington, and the fact that we cannot sell beer and wine on a leased property that the county leases in a building that is not county property is absolutely ridiculous to me. But from my conversations with Julia, it was my interpretation that you did not want to push this anymore, and that you've had these conversations with Katie, with Mark, with Brenna. They all led to the same road. So if somebody else wants to pick this
Katie?
up.
Talked with Katie and she wanted to help us, but
You did
then
your
it went
walk?
nowhere. What?
You remember last meeting, you said you were gonna go for a walk with her or something, and
Didn't
Oh,
go
yeah.
for a walk with her, we just talked, we chatted on the phone, and she wanted to help us, and, oh, and actually, Kristen, weren't you gonna get with Kendra?
So Kendra was the one that referred me to, she was the one that informed me that it's a county policy. And that's where I referred to my supervisor, and I think my supervisor was supposed to talk to the deputy here. But anyway, back to Mark, I believe, and I haven't heard anything.
Can you push it back on, or not push, but, you know, ask your supervisor again, and just say the commission's been asking, and we want you to, you know,
And we also need to see the policy.
I just gotta say that I don't think getting Courtney to carry our water on this one is a good
that's
thing
what,
to do.
I know, but that's kind of where Katie led it, basically, because she's our liaison, and so Katie's pushing it down to the county clerk, talked with her, and I guess then they have to run it up the chain that way. But I agree, I like the top-down approach, but that's what it led to.
I just don't want Courtney to be in a shitty position.
I know, I hear you. Thoughts? Solutions?
Why did we ask permission? I mean, can we not just go ahead with our plan and let someone enforce the policy another time? No one's ever given us the policy. No one's ever come in and given us hey, there's an amendment to your guidelines and everything you do. And we know that you guys have a party every year, so.
Well, they
That's
sort of did that at the chairs meeting, is when they told.
They told us, yeah, they told us about it, but they didn't give it to us.
And they said what?
You know, this is the new policy, basically, but none of the other
But
commissions
the
are trying
new
to do
policy,
this,
was
so.
the new policy wrapped in
It was
on
not,
county property? Or was it wrapped in any event that you run, regardless of where you hold it?
I think they said on county property, but I
Yeah,
honestly
and these
don't.
other commissions, so they have budgets and expenditures, right? They have
They
have
actually
appropriate
receive
funding
county
from the
money.
county, then they are then charged with carrying out a program for. None of this money is county money.
Which is, again, that is a point that I made to Brenna.
So I think, because that had come up too, and I think the thing is that even though it's commission, it's still county money.
So any money that we raise, they take.
Because as a commission, you're affiliate, you're the county, pretty much, so that's still county money, that's what I was explaining to me.
But in this instance, we're talking about drinks that the public pays for themselves. It has nothing to do with county money.
So
make
with
it-
that,
do we have
it's on county property, even though it's leased, county money is being used for that property.
Okay, so can we have it be BYOB? I'm not joking.
Or somebody donate.
Donates to one.
An in-kind contribution, yeah, they
Yeah.
have like.
Yeah, I got flowers, I'll bring booze.
Because I think one of the things we were trying to look at as well was, could it be like off county property?
You said that Brenda said there's a bar downstairs, just go there.
She literally did.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's the most
I
ridiculous.
mean, I feel like
thing I've
we're
ever heard.
living in prohibition.
Yeah,
really.
You can go downstairs and buy a drink and bring it back up to the event.
No, she didn't say.
No,
it.
it's just like
No,
have
she said you can drink downstairs.
like you can go like a bar
I know y'all
afterwards.
think I'm starting shit.
Oh, that's like
Like-
college.
That makes no sense.
This was too much of a Pollyanna meeting, I had to take us down. It's late in the game to try and do anything heroic. So I say we just have the alcohol and say we've taken your policy under consideration.
That is not happening while I'm chair, much as I would love to, but no, we're not gonna, like, if push comes to shove, that's not gonna happen. So I would rather have, do the, superhero, supervillain thing if you can.
Can you
or-
send us the policy though?
She's
Courtney,
working on
because
it.
we- No, I didn't know. I'm just asking.
I'll try to see if it works.
Are we serving, Janine, are we doing soft drinks and seltzer water and water?
Oh, I was gonna talk to that when we get
Oh,
to
sorry.
no worries.
Why don't we move on for now? We can always come back to this. Brittany's doing what she can.
Okay. So, talked to Jennifer, so we're working on what our max capacity is with the doors open in the event that everybody in Arlington wants to come. We'll have one table for registration in the front, 3 tables down the middle of the room. One table in front of the TV in the front of the room with the awards on it, chairs along the window or the wall that the window is not on. I talked to, I'll get back to that in a minute. Then Jennifer will also put out water with cups, so we don't have to worry about buying bottled water, lugging water in from another area. So that will all be taken care of by the room. Moving on to, any questions on room setup? Does that all sound in line with what we've had in years past?
Well, the food will be down the center, is that what you just said, or?
Down the center, and then there's 2 credenzas in front of the windows of the room. And so we have if we have more food, we can put it over there too.
And what time do you want us all there?
You said 4:30 in your email, but I think we'll be okay at 5.
Yeah, I had no idea, I couldn't remember when. I know that last year we had too much time,
Yeah,
I don't remember what time we got there, so.
no, I don't know what time either, but I think 5 is,
Probably.
yeah,
Are we borrowing your hot cups again? for people?
yes. So those will go,
If I can just jump in here,
Yeah.
so what I told Janine today was that I don't need any help at the house getting the stuff in. But when I get to the garage, if I can just have like a text group to whoever's gonna be there to help, somebody can bring the carts down from AED and meet me in the garage
I can do
for time, and then I'll go up.
so,
2 or 3 trips, I think.
set up at 5 p.m. I can bring the carts down and know where to get them, how to get them and everything, so it's easy. And for setup, these are, if you can't do this or something's changed, that's no problem, just tell me after the meeting. But for setup, I have myself, Susan, Caroline, Marguerite, and Kaylee. And for breakdown, I have Marguerite, Janine, Caroline, and Arbra and Jordan unfortunately won't be able to attend. So,
But that is the best contingent.
yes, of course, yeah, and like I said, if you are able to, I think if we had 2 more people helping break down, we'll be in really good shape. 5 o'clock, event ends at 9, let's be out by 9:10.
Yeah, right.
Let's be closing your car door at 9:10. Okay, any questions on room and setup, breakdown?
Parking.
Don't ask Janine.
Don't ask me.
March 27th.
Yeah.
Monday, March 27th.
I was like,
At 7 PM at Arlington Economic Development Center.
Is parking free?
it's paid and I do need to get the parking information so I can send that.
But it is a few blocks from a metro.
Right,
so-
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you know, like it's literally 2 blocks from.
Very convenient.
It used to be $5 after 5 PM, but that was a million years ago. I don't know if their prices for parking have increased with COVID, so.
I think it's the same.
I think it's the same.
I just want to make sure with inflation, I know everybody's been raising their prices, so
Right.
I will
Yeah.
double check. It used to be $5. Hopefully it's not more.
Will they put a sign on the glass door about how you get in, or do we have to have people?
I am going to send out detailed instructions to everybody that is registered, and with how to get into the building, if you're walking, if you're driving. But if we have extra people that can be in the lobby and in the kind of elevator bank area to welcome people, just because it is a unique building to navigate.
Elevators are sketch.
Are they?
They're smart elevators.
They're too smart.
Yeah, they are,
Yeah.
you can only press a button, right? It just kind of
Yeah.
like takes you to the
Yes,
floor.
there's no
Yeah.
changing your mind, no.
But
they're
you can
problematic.
only get to like 2 floors at that time anyway.
Very
so-
high tech.
Yeah.
What floor is it on?
Yes, it's a section.
What's the food catering situation?
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Room setup, any questions on that? So I'm gonna go to the program next.
Hey, Janine, is it on the county's website? Jax just wanted to know how to register for the event.
Eventbrite.
It's on the Eventbrite or our Facebook page. I can send you.
Should be on our website. The event information should be on the Women of Vision site too, Courtney, right?
Yeah.
With a link to registration.
Yes, it is all there. I don't know where to direct you to, but it's on Eventbrite if you,
Oh, but is the Eventbrite link on our county
yes,
page?
it is on our county.
So if
That's
you
what I meant.
if you Google, Arlington County Commission on the status quo.
Yeah.
Women of
It's at the
Vision
bottom,
on the CSW page, go Women of Vision.
and then you probably have to like scroll down more and
Click more, scroll down more.
I have all my script written down. Stop jumping ahead. Okay. Program. Jordan is finalizing the program. And we are waiting for some sponsorship information to come in. The sponsorship, like people saying, I'm gonna sponsor, is supposed to close tomorrow. If you are, well, I'll get to that when I get to sponsors, but tomorrow should be the last day for people to tell us about their desire to sponsor and be able to send in their check. Most of the people that we have got sponsorship from are sponsorship pledges from are people that we know how to find, like elected officials, so I'm pretty sure they're good for it. The run of show roughly is going to be 7 to 7:30 networking registration. We'll start the program at 7 o'clock with Julia opening up, and we'll hear from, correct me if you think this is the bad order, but Chair Christian Dorsey, we have Parisa sponsored the $500 level, which gives her a speaking opportunity, and then board liaison Katie.
Then Katie would like, she said, unless a conflict comes up, it sounded like she was interested in doing what she did last year, which was actually handing the awards to
Yep.
people.
Perfect. So yeah, so that would lead right into that. Okay. So chair sponsor, does that order feel right?
Yeah, but given my memory, you may need to remind me of it. Actually, why don't I just write it down?
That's fine.
right.
It'll also be in the program.
Yeah,
But I just wanted to make sure because I know Katie and Christian aren't running again, but given that Parisa is also elected official, I know they're not running for the same seat, but
Right.
given the politicalness of it all, if that felt,
If that feels right, having Parisa before Katie, kind of. Is that the
But I
question?
think if Katie's giving the awards,
yeah.
I would think she's probably not gonna give much of a speech anyway, otherwise we're gonna be drowned
Right.
out by talking heads. We should ask
Yeah.
Rhina.
Although,
Yeah.
just one thing about, I'm fine with Katie handing out the award. I think it makes a lot of sense. However, last year she did it in her capacity as chair and Christian was there. So somehow we need to walk the delicate line to make sure that Christian's not expecting that he will get to do that.
That's a good.
at
That's a
the
really
event,
good
he
point.
sees Katie go up to do it, right? So.
I can ask Stevie. I don't think he'll be offended, because he knows about Katie's special connection with him.
Understand, we don't want to wait till that night
Yeah,
to be
absolutely.
figuring
yeah,
out.
yeah. I don't think he's expecting it at all, but I'll talk with Stevie, just to, you know.
Do we want to have Christian read the proclamation?
What's the proclamation?
Well, it's Women's History Month, and that was one of the things I was going to bring up. And typically, when it's in Women's History Month, the county board chair, probably their communications persons, does a Women's History Month proclamation. Now, we're at the end of the month, maybe they're not comfortable doing that, but it would be helpful if they had a
He
proclamation.
read a proclamation last year, I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't a Women's History Month one, though. Whatever he read, it was something from the board, but it wasn't a Women's History Month proclamation.
Would you like me to ask him? Ask Stevie, you know, do they have a proclamation they're gonna be reading for Women's History Month? You know, I'll just say.
I think the end of the month is still Women's History.
Yeah. I mean, they had a proclamation for Women's History Month last year.
Okay.
I didn't read that, though, at the June event.
It wasn't in June.
Was it in June?
It was in March.
It was in March.
You said more.
Marguerite,
That's that.
your memory.
thought it was in June.
No, it was in March.
Okay.
Because I came on the commission in April.
Yeah. Same, I think the same.
Okay.
I was like, I wasn't official. I street talked to you guys. I was like, y'all need some AV help.
Right?
No spot for me on the commission.
And little did you know, we were like,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Jane, you said 7 to 7:30 networking, but then I thought you said the speaking program begins at 7.
Yeah,
7:30.
7:30 speaking program,
Yes.
got it.
7:30 the official program begins.
Sure.
I might have said that.
Suggest that we sort of temper that based on the booze or no booze. If there's no booze, I think we should probably start a little bit.
That's a
earlier,
good point.
30 minutes to stand around and.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Drink soda.
Well, you'll still have food.
It depends if we have straws.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 7:15 if we don't have booze.
Yeah.
We're gonna have booze. It's not sanctioned, and I had no knowledge of that.
Okay. So Christian Parisa, Katie will introduce the winners. Julia will do the introduction of the winners, and I wasn't gonna have the winners speak. I was just gonna show their video, but then I read your letter, Jordan, and you said they could speak. It's okay.
I used the same one from
It's
last
okay.
year.
It's fine. I
Well,
didn't.
just answer a question.
Whoa.
Now,
Yeah,
some of
that's
them went
what I
on
was
too
doing
long, but
either.
in previous years, what they've done is answer a question.
And that's exactly what it is. I was gonna
But
cut
they
it
took forever.
because they get up there and they're like, it's only been a minute. Let me talk forever.
Yeah.
What was the question?
It doesn't matter. They just talk. The issue wasn't the question. The issue
Why do
was.
you love women? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
the
it
night is
started
really
off-
about,
No, why aren't we having booze?
the night is really.
You're
You know what? There is nothing wrong with saying to them, you know, actually, given the program length, we have decided.
Yes.
Given the fact we're all gonna be stone cold sober.
Yeah, that's right.
I know we could
That's
say
right.
that, but also listen to this. The people coming are coming to celebrate them. They're
Yes.
not coming to listen to Christian or Parisa. And I'm totally fine with giving Parisa time because she's given us $500.
But tell her how much time and make it half of the actual.
But between
That's right.
Christian
That's
and,
right.
I mean, there's 3 county board types or county types. The people are coming not to listen to them, they're coming to listen to the women.
They are, but
Absolutely.
the issue was a lot of them repeated what they said in their videos.
I understand.
The
It's-
videos were beautiful.
I'm going to shorten the videos this year.
Okay.
And we're gonna let them speak because they've already been told that. I'm not gonna backtrack on that, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
But
okay.
there's nothing wrong in saying, speak for 3 minutes.
I'm gonna tell them
Yeah.
to speak for 90 seconds, and then
Okay,
they'll still
90.
speak for 5 minutes.
Yes. That is exactly correct. So
And it's fine.
possibly 10, but it is.
Right. Yeah. And last year we also had 4 people that were speaking, and it was very
They were all white.
yes, all white
You know, like,
because
they went on and on
we
and on
just-
and on.
Does anyone have a cowbell we could bring?
I have a hook.
Oh my God.
And then so we'll do that 3 times, video, speaking, Julia introducing the next person, we'll do that 3 times. And then Marguerite will close us out. We'll have more networking, photos, etc. And then everyone's got to go to the bar downstairs.
So you might want to
What's the bar
rethink,
downstairs?
do you
Sarah?
want both Christian and Katie speaking
It's
for the
okay
same amount of
now.
time? You could easily shorten one or both of them.
I think that Christian giving like welcome remark, or it's not welcome, because Julia would already done that, but just like, thank you for being here on behalf of the county board, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe having Katie read the proclamation is what I'm,
I don't know, I'm kind of thinking Christian can read the proclamation and Katie can do what she wants to, which is give the awards to people. Because it wasn't like,
And she didn't really
Well-
speak at that part. She was just shaking hands.
well, and that's why I think
So we
like,
don't have to have Katie speak.
I think letting Christian just kind of riff for a minute or two as chair.
Yeah.
Giving Katie a minute in front of the microphone for people to hear her and read the proclamation, and then start with the awards.
That's fine.
I think that is.
You tell me what you want.
It's fine. I mean, I think either one of them could read the proclamation, but I don't want Christian to be jealous that Katie's giving out the awards. So if we say he can read the proclamation, maybe, and if he did that last year anyway, maybe he wants to do that again. I don't know.
He talked about his wife and his daughters. He gave a good speech. I really liked it
I
last
could
year.
listen to him all day.
I could
Me
listen.
too.
I don't
Really?
think that, but do you want to talk to Stevie and get
Yeah,
him?
I'll just talk to Stevie and see what he's planning to do.
Is that his chief of staff?
Yes.
In your initial email to me, you said, is there a theme you want him to speak to? So that's what I was basing this off of.
I gotcha.
You tell me what you want and I will put it into the program.
I don't think you have to put it in the program what they're gonna speak about, or what they're gonna say, or read a proclamation or anything. That's
We
a
should
lot
just
of
give them,
detail.
we should just give them the amount of time they have.
Yeah,
And that doesn't go in
and
the
that doesn't
program
go in the
either.
program either. You
Right.
just say Christian Dorsey opening remarks.
Exactly.
you know, whatever.
And are we putting Carissa in the program? Okay.
Yeah, she paid for that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I sent you a few notes,
Yeah,
right,
that's
but
right.
no,
That's
no,
right.
it's fine.
I remember now.
Natalie.
Natalie. Fun typos.
Okay.
You're not in kind
Oh, yeah.
How okay, press release. We are in the final stages, and once that is, I think Courtney is gonna look it over. I'll just kick it back to you, Julia, if you have any additional edits. Is there a certain length that you're aiming for on it?
I mean, honestly, you guys have seen a lot more county releases than I have. County employee and former county employee. So, you know, just whatever looks normal. I think right now we're already within the realm of last year's press release, so we're pretty close. I think we're doing okay. We could get a little, yeah, it's 3 paragraphs. Yeah. I just want to get the first one a little shorter, but I'm not sure if we can, and that's fine. I think it's pretty good. The only other thing I wanted was for Courtney to look at it with an eye towards any order of this or anything we said,
Yeah, if you,
good or bad, you know, in terms of, you know, the county and the staff much better than we do, so. That's all.
awesome. Okay, so that will be, once that is, yes,
So Libby Snipe is the nominator for Karen Rosales.
yes.
She also holds that sponsorship package as to whether they will or won't. She would like to coordinate their press release on Karen with our press release going out. So one or two things, I'm flexible. When you're doing the final and sending it in to whomever to go out, if you could copy me, I'll send it to her, or you can send directly to Libby, whatever is easiest for you, but if we can help with the coordination, I think that's a good thing for us.
Absolutely. And then Krista and Marflor are both, I don't think they have it.
Well, they didn't bring it up.
Well, I was just saying, I don't know that they have
They're not a
team.
business, so they probably don't have a team.
Absolutely, I just meant, I was gonna say, should we consider their people, but then I think it's just them.
They probably don't
Yeah.
have people.
So, we can just, yeah.
Can Evelyn Press be at this event?
None that I have heard of. We can invite them, but.
Somebody told me the Sun Gazette guy, Scott, is gone, or
Yeah, I heard-
Sun Gazette is
I
gone.
heard this, that's the same
It's
thing.
like, is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's now the Gazette,
They got bought by something, I think.
yeah, we've received the new one already. It was
What
a
can we
lot
do
of
for
yellow.
Janine? What can we do for you, Janine?
Scott,
Oh,
should
remind me how
we,
to spell Mary Floor's name.
NARI.
No, I was kidding. She saw me squinting.
should we reach out to Scott just to see if he's some place where he can still do press coverage?
We had included him on the
Okay.
first press release about the nominations being open,
Okay.
at his Sun Gazette email. I don't have another contact for him.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Thanks.
How about Arlington Magazine?
That was also, would it be? Let me pull up who we sent to. This was for the release of nominations. We sent it to Arl Now, Sun Gazette, Chamber of Commerce, Arlington Magazine, and Leadership Arlington.
It's like a Northern Virginia magazine.
Sun Gazette had fallen under Inside Nova somehow. Well, when I looked that up, I think it still directed me to Scott. But then like between like what's this, January 17th and a few weeks ago, Sun Gazette like vanished. So if somebody
Yeah, I got my piece published on revenge porn, and
Oh,
then
that's
I went
right.
under.
oh great.
Wow.
It was me.
You did it. You know, we still have that magazine in our recycling pile. I'm just gonna look and see if there's any like contact info if you want it.
Yes, yeah, that would be great. I don't get
For
it.
Northern Virginia, right, for that magazine?
Northern Virginia magazine is different. I don't have that.
Oh.
So like if you have a copy of it and if it
I mean, we see it at grocery stores, you know what I
Yeah, I've
mean?
seen it.
And, yeah, I'll look at that one.
Oh, sorry. There's a Nova magazine, and I was thinking about Inside Nova.
Ah.
So maybe I can look for a Nova magazine. I don't know how that works because we have like the Arlington magazine and then the Nova. If like
Right.
I don't know.
Right,
I know
we're
they're not affiliated.
included,
But
you know, I mean,
Right.
we meeting Arlington.
Yeah.
How about Washingtonian? Would that be appropriate?
I don't think they're gonna cover it.
They won't, yeah, they're too big. They won't cover us. But Arlington Magazine might.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And-
Virginia one.
Zinnia, I don't think we heard anything back from anybody that we sent that to.
No, we did not.
Okay, thank you. We sent it. Okay. So yes, if you have more media contacts, send them our way. We'll take them. And hopefully we won't ruin them like we did last time.
What happened?
This time, I was just kidding. I was making a joke to Jordan, sorry. All right, any questions on press? And if you know anybody that's in the news that wants to come and cover us, send them our way too.
Is there a PR person at the chamber?
We sent it to the chamber.
Send them.
We sent it to them. What they did with it beyond that,
Right.
we don't know. All right, moving on to catering and food. Can I share? Let me go to the right thing. So, we reached out to Allspice. And one thing I also learned on the call, this is a new policy, because AD is the leased building, any catering that comes in, because they use the loading docks and whatnot, has to have a certificate of insurance. So Rachel and I were talking a little bit earlier about, we obviously don't want it to appear like we're only using Allspice,
Right.
like that's our preferred vendor.
Right.
They do have a COI, certificate of insurance, with AD, so it's already on record. I don't know what that, because it's not AD that wants it, it's the building, so I don't know what that
Right.
process looks like of getting it cleared. So Rachel is gonna do some more work to get some additional quotes. I mean, it's a Monday night, so I don't think we'll have too many competition with other services, but this is what they've sent so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rachel, we just did it for 35 people to have a base number, so obviously these prices could change based on the number of guests that we have, but also based on the amount of food that we had last year.
A lot left over, right? Or-
A lot left over. So this is, if I make it smaller, if I can get it all.
I
in
brought like
one.
one hard copy too, if anyone wants to like pass
Yeah.
it around. But This is what the food is.
This is a devil's
So what's the
advocate.
total?
It's like 812 or something. It's
I mean,
on there.
That's what it is for, yeah, we're well under our.
Last year it was 1,200, but I think they provided staff for the bar situation.
Yeah.
And that itself, like, he was good at pastor.
So it
I think
looks,
we've already covered that with this year's contributions, so that's great.
absolutely, yep.
Pretty great.
So
That's okay.
Could they provide beer and wine?
they can. It does not sound like we are gonna move in that direction.
No, I know, but I
Yes.
Well, we're
wonder if
gonna
we
read
can
the
put it
policy
in the
and see.
proposal.
I just able it wrong. Yeah, I was so together.
Whoops,
I'm sorry for
That's
laughing
okay.
at you, but. it
that
really
keeps you
tickles me.
awake, you know.
Hey, I printed it, so.
So just a few things I wanna point out about the menu. It's got a good mix of vegan, gluten-free, or vegetarian, gluten-free. I actually don't know if it's vegan, but, and they also use, eco-friendly products. So the disposable, plates, napkins, forks, things like that are all eco-friendly. And they do a really nice job, like display-wise and everything, which is why our event probably looked too fancy last year. And we have table and chairs, so there's no extra charges there.
There's nothing wrong with looking fancy.
I didn't think it looked that fancy.
Apparently
It just
there
looked
is.
like adequate, you know?
If you put tablecloths and flowers anywhere, it automatically elevates the space.
Exactly.
That's
That
what
wasn't
the
the caterer.
women deserve.
Right,
We are honored.
Exactly.
They deserve a little fancy.
Yeah, that,
The caterers get me
Absolutely.
tablecloths and the flowers.
You know, that's right.
So. I guess the first question that we'd have for Rachel is, do we want to explore additional quotes?
I think you need another one just for,
I think you should.
right?
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah, of course. I want to get 2 other bids proposals. I did that one post to the Arlington neighbors, Facebook, helping neighbors. Haven't gotten anything back from that though.
Can I ask you why you want other bids?
I mean, I don't need any other bids. So my one issue is that, we had talked about it before, that I think they're not completely woman-owned or something.
It's like.
There's a woman
partially.
part.
Oh, okay.
We used them before.
Yeah.
They are reasonably priced.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying we're using them a second time.
But
Let's take a look at
perception,
the policy that
Yeah.
Courtney sends us, just to make sure there's nothing in there about putting things out for bid or.
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh.
exactly.
A competitive process or.
And then what would the rigor be behind that?
What would the
We would have
rigor
passed,
be?
passed the amount of time to do it, so I don't know why we're even discussing it, to be honest.
Well,
Um,
I have no
We're
problem, I
just
just,
paying lip service to a policy and pretending to go out and get quotes, but we're not running a competitive bid process.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, doing the research, I don't know if we have like the manpower woman power to, you know, do the, like, who are the women-owned businesses, who are the
Right.
caterers, unless like the chamber. And I put just feelers out to my friends, but I think it's hard to find a caterer. I found some in Springfield, but in the Arlington-based
Right.
registered address caterer. There was one.
That's kind of how we found Allspice, is because Arbora knew of them, but
Ah.
the only other one we found, I think, was in Springfield
Yeah.
when she was looking last year.
I went to a Double Curse fundraiser Friday night, and she had a great caterer, Chef Gilkey, but they're based out of Springfield. Yeah, that's the goal, since,
Yeah.
you know, we are.
It's not, that's not a requirement. That's our preference. That it'd be
Yeah,
somebody in
just
Arlington and
because-
it'd be woman-owned.
We could ask Brina.
Narrows it down, yeah. Arlington.
and
Address.
that's a challenge we have economically as well, like, it's hard to find food space in Arlington because
Yeah.
of zoning and.
To find food spaces, that you said?
Like, food prep space.
Yeah, it
like,
makes sense, yeah, of course.
There's a filter on Yelp for women-owned businesses.
Oh, is there really? Okay.
And typically, the other thing that we've used for Allspice is that they were able to provide the bar service and the liquor license and all that stuff.
And I'd like to stay with Allspice just in case at the 11th hour we're able to turn this around.
Yeah, I think if we want to do a more competitive process next year, great, but I think trying to shoehorn that in at this point in time is a bit much. And it feels artificial.
I think we were already trying to, was the impression I got from past discussions. It just sounds like it's not coming up very.
It didn't
productive.
materialize.
Correct, yeah. We were
Materialize.
trying to find other, woman-owned, I was just looking because there was one post that, I think it was like an Egyptian or Ethiopian, or someone recommended a woman one on this neighbors helping each other, Facebook group, but I didn't reach out to this person. I also wasn't sure if it was, Egyptian or Ethiopian, if I should, go with something that's.
Hang on a second, I think they're
Well,
raspberry
this-
strawberries.
This way, we're now 3 weeks away.
I
You have done some due diligence looking.
Yeah, I have
So
definitely.
I would just lock in allspice
Okay.
for a host of reasons. They are partially woman-owned, and we used them last year, so they got great marks last year. We were happy with the presentation, and they have the ability to turn on a dime and support us with alcohol if we can get that turned around.
And they've been very responsive. Like they answer the phone when I call, they emailed me back.
All part of why we liked them last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arbor gave me the quote from last year. The
Yeah,
contact.
I have no problem with allspice, but
Do they need a deposit or do they want payment all at one time at the end?
they could just invoice us.
Yeah,
They have an existing relationship with the county, so
Okay.
they know how this works, because we don't have a credit card, right, to just pay them.
So last year, yeah, the department used a card.
Okay.
Which is another reason to stick with them. It's just anything that makes this easier.
Sure, any other questions about food? Okay, thank you so much. Courtney put together this very fancy spreadsheet for us, with our, donors that have, or sponsors that have, raised their hand so far. If you have communicated with somebody that is not on this list, please tell me so that we can make sure that we are accounting for them and the benefits that they get associated with their.
You want the in-kind ones too?
I'll get to that in 1 second, yes. Financial, like, actual cash donation, sponsor money transaction.
It's great that Ingrid gave something.
What?
It's great that Ingrid gave something.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
That's exciting. That's very cool.
Those are the 3 checks you picked up
I got
today.
the glare of the light right on
Yeah,
that.
can
you read it? Yeah, or-
Oops, I don't think they need to see the stuff on the right.
Yeah.
But basically, if, Courtney, would you mind if I just kind of dug into it for a second and just do a little formula so we can total it up?
I can tell you. It's 1,000.
Oh, I can't see on my screen. I don't know if it's letting me edit it. Oh, it's trying to
Should've just
reconnect.
1,275.
It's trying to reconnect. Anyway.
Yeah, you can just, if you just highlight it, it'll,
It's 1,275.
so.
That's not bad.
And so that is our financial sponsors. Okay, I'm asking, if anybody between now and tomorrow talks to somebody and they want to give us money, please let me know so we can get it on this list and make sure that we are not missing anybody in the program.
I'm gonna be chipping in. I thought I had put that on the other, on our list of, on our Excel spreadsheet of people to contact, because on the second tab is like in-kind donors, but, I'll send Courtney a check.
Well, that's not in kind if you're sending her a check.
You're right. I'll send her a check.
Or the checks from back to the commission, right? Or
Yes.
Wait, financial contributions would be cash. In-kind donations would be my photography services.
Yeah, you're right, yes.
So-
I don't know why I said it.
Ravana Design.
Okay, you're, okay.
Yeah, Ravana is, well, I assume you're gonna get to that.
Well, but also the difference between like when we pay to get in, like pay the ticket price, that to me is sort of the chipping in, but if you're actually paying an amount that's associated with one of our sponsor levels, that's to be included here.
Yes,
Right.
and that's what I'm trying, that's what I'm trying to make sure is that, you know, if someone here or someone you talk to wants to give us
A check for one of those sponsor levels.
a check for one of these sponsors levels, please let me know, because there's benefits associated with these that are not the same as buying a ticket at the door or whatever.
Can I decline any benefits? I don't need any benefits. I just wanna throw in $50.
Well, then that's fine. That's just a
Same.
donation, because there's not a level for that.
Okay.
Can we get,
But you also don't need to give it to Courtney until the night of, if that makes your life easier.
can we accept donations after tomorrow?
Donations, yes, we.
Sponsorships
It says we
is
can
on-
this is
accept
just-
sponsorship.
Yes. I'm just trying to make sure that if somebody else comes in with $500, we're giving them the same thing that we're giving Parisa, because we don't want it to appear that we were giving our elected official something that, because of a position of power. Okay. Any questions about people that want to pay for one of these levels here?
And where are they sent checks or?
It's,
It's
To
written on the
Courtney.
next page.
Got it, right.
It's on the last page in the black box there.
I'm sure it's in the.
Yeah,
It's very clear.
website too.
yes.
Well, you would think it was very clear, and yet
It's very clear on this page.
you would think so.
Well, I read it. So
No,
it is,
people
okay,
don't.
rephrase. It's clearly written on the page.
Yes, it certainly is. It should be easy to read for anyone who actually reads it. Yes.
And it's English, so.
Well,
Checks payable to the Commission on Status of Women.
Yes.
Sent to Courtney.
our elected officials are basically like, you send them the sponsorship thing, and then they're like, how much can I pay, and what does that get me? Like you have to
Well,
tell
that's
them.
because they
And what
rely on
address do I send it
assistance.
to? Yeah.
Yeah, right. They need their hands held.
Yes.
Janine, where is this slide deck?
The slide, the sponsorships,
That deck you're showing.
it's on the website. It should be,
Looking at the website, I can't find it.
Look on the Women of Vision page.
Yeah, I'm on the.
That slide deck's not publicly available, Janine. That's not on the
I couldn't deal with my
page.
phone.
the sponsorship deck? It's on there.
You're looking at the sponsorships?
I'm trying to find that.
Oh.
Did you get to the Eventbrite page?
No, I'm on the website, the Arlington.
Well, you know what, when you
It's
send
it's
that,
right here.
See it?
Oh, PDF. Looking for XSLX.
Oh, well, are you trying to find the sponsor, who's sponsored?
No, just, I want to see this deck on my phone.
Okay, I was like, the sponsorship information is not public. Yet. It will be on the program. Okay. That is financial sponsorship. In kind, I have Ravina, who does the awards, myself for my photography company, Caroline. Is anybody else doing an in-kind donation?
I would just point out that the people who are sponsoring at the moment, it is public, because we just showed it on our public meeting.
Yes, you're 100% right. I just meant that this Excel document with their,
It's a work in progress at the moment, but we're.
And it's not on the website.
but this, I
On
thought
the
I thought she was looking for the Excel.
Right, I gotcha.
Yeah, and I was like, that is not.
Go to the deck.
Okay.
Barbara's,
Oh, thank you.
testing my vision.
Oh, yes, it's Bara.
I love that.
It also says common we lack the attorney.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's fine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No, there we go.
Okay.
And Barbara.
I'm not fixing that. I actually don't know how to spell it right now. Okay. Anybody else doing an in-kind donation?
I'd be happy to do breakdown. You need breakdown?
Yes. That doesn't count as an in-kind donation, but we'll take your time.
Oh.
But I think we should make sure we recognize Jack's in the program, because her name won't be listed as a commissioner. Right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
You mean like volunteer or something, because we'll all be listed.
Garnet.
Spell for me.
GARNETT.
I heard Garner, so I thought I asked you to spell.
Double T, right?
Yeah, double T.
Not related to David, are you?
No, I don't know who that is.
All right, any other? All right, let me get this out of here. What else? Okay. We want to follow up with our sponsors on thank you notes. So Julia, I was going to send a virtual email, so they have a link to the pictures and everything. And then we were thinking about a handwritten note that would be mailed to them is from the chair. Is that something you are?
A handwritten note that we would email to them?
Would mail to them?
Oh,
Yes.
so I'm very confused by that.
Both.
If I could email them, I could just do emails.
You won't need to send a personalized email, so we will just we'll just take care of an email individually. That's fine.
in the past, I'm not saying we have to do it now, but in the past, we have brought in some thank you cards and taken a meeting and everybody do a couple, and just so they get something personal.
I
would
think
be
that's,
great.
I think that's always better.
Jamie?
Especially if we get elected officials who are giving amounts that don't qualify for sponsorship, that we might want to send thank yous to them too.
That sounds
Okay,
great.
so we'll do email, and at the April meeting, we'll do thank you notes handwritten from the commission.
Everybody show up for the April meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this for the sponsors or for all donors?
Just for the sponsors.
Right.
Just for the sponsors, just for the sponsors that are $75 above.
All right.
In
that's-
advance.
That's fewer people than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, all right.
Okay. If you have not already, please register for, at the Eventbrite page, if you are attending, and if you're, whoever is attending with you, please just register so we have proper head count. Earlier today, about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago, we had 45 people register.
Cool.
So I only expect to go up from there. I'm gonna keep sending out, like, don't forget to attend. We've got the, Facebook promotion of the event as well.
And we can put it, once we have the press release out and the commission puts it out on our Facebook page, we can share it into Arlington Neighbors, which is like 10,000 people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Share,
That's a good idea.
share socially.
Oh, definitely.
So do we have, I'm not asking for more work, you may have one already made, but do we have like a one-pager event flyer that I can slap in an email, or I had to cobble together from emails you had sent us, Janine, what I put in to send the nominators and what have you.
The short and sweet one, that was great.
But if we just
But it
had a
doesn't have the
flyer,
letters
that I can
on it.
whip off a flyer.
Oh, okay.
I
So it's
mean, we
figured out.
have,
The flyers that, the 4 images that were out on Google are all about call for
no,
nominations.
we have this. Which just has Women of Vision Awards and then the date and location.
I'm not even sure I saw that one.
Is the Eventbrite link on that,
Can you send that one?
Yeah, I can send
That
that.
image?
What are you?
Oh, wait, she's right. Is the Eventbrite link on there?
On the website.
No, but if you could put it on the
Oh,
the little flyer thing,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good idea.
that'd be awesome.
And that'd be great.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
I'll do that tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Is that a flyer, Jordan? Is that what we're
Yeah.
calling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one other. Can I throw it in here? Any chance that we have the wherewithal, and I'm willing to help if necessary, to print more rack cards so we have them at the registration table to give out? We lost those that we had, and then there was discussion that it needed to be updated anyway, and just wondered if we could.
Caroline, didn't you update that?
Jordan did.
No,
Or,
you did, and then I went to update them and they were
and
already
they already
updated.
updated, because, yeah, I guess I did things.
So they just be
Yeah.
printed?
So they are updated, so
And
can we
I
get some?
found some.
I picked one up, I think, at the Women of Vision Awards last
What was
year.
the last thing we did publicly at the fair?
Yeah.
County Fair, we didn't have them,
We did the library thing.
Yeah, but then I went to my storage unit.
and you found some, okay.
There's not a lot. We still needed to reprint them, but
Like 100 or?
We're gonna need them at County Fair
That's
again,
probably
too.
100.
I'll bring what I have for one of those. I don't think we'll have time to get them printed before then, but yeah,
Okay.
let's make sure we.
And then can somebody take the action to make sure we print some shortly after that? So we'll have them at the June event and we'll have them for County Fair, and we won't be scrambling like this.
Yeah, there was all this talk about, can the county print them for us or whatever? I just assume, especially since we're not paying for booze and we're making in all this cash, just to order them ourselves. I think we paid 120 maybe for the ones that lasted us 5 years.
That's fine. I vote yes.
All right, what's next?
On the rack cards, we call them like push cards, or we have a,
Rack cards.
I heard that, and I was just checking to make sure I heard that correctly.
Well, I think that's what marketing types call it.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, do they? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know why I had.
It's because, if you go into, let's
No,
say,
sorry, go ahead, Jen.
cheap hotel and they've got a rack of flyers.
Yes.
that you
Right,
can-
right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's usually
Yeah, like for campaigns, like the one.
Yeah, you have one. from-
Yeah.
Or visit Luray
Yeah,
Cabin.
one from last year.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Janine.
It's always the first one you see in recap. And then at SeaWorld,
Right.
SeaWorld.
Julia, the last time we met, you had mentioned Project Peace having a table. I've asked, why am I, I asked if they wanted to at least give us literature. Do not believe I have heard back.
I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow morning, if nobody asks.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be awesome.
What would they have, like, paper? What are we talking about?
That was actually one of my.
Oh, I thought I thought when we talked about it, I imagined them having like a table talking about Project Peace at the Women of Vision
That
Awards.
doesn't feel like a good venue for that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I agree.
I just, there's not a lot of space, but
I don't care.
I asked if they wanted to put,
Material.
materials on our table. I haven't heard back from Candace, and she's usually really responsive, so I probably just have to ping her again, but you're gonna see them tomorrow mornings, why not, right?
Yeah, but if it was up to me, I wouldn't offer to have shit on our table. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, we don't really have a table for stuff.
We had some space last time.
There's the registration.
You know what I'm
table,
saying?
right?
There's not like a, hey, and while you're here, visit Luray Caverns and everybody else kind of stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, it's part of our charters, we're supposed to be assisting with Project Peace, so it's a little something we can do for them. And, you know, they basically are it's the main connector for female empowering initiatives in the county.
Wouldn't hurt to give them a square.
I don't have a
I don't know
problem.
that I don't think I would call it female empowering initiatives for Project Peace. They're focused on sexual violence, domestic violence. I mean, I don't know if that's empowering necessarily. That's more like addressing.
Protecting, okay. Or
I
addressing.
don't mind having their materials on a registration table if they have decent looking materials.
Right. I mean, we had talked about it at a prior meeting, and I was asked to go ahead and ask them, so I did. And so far, I haven't heard back.
You and I talked about it at our meeting that we had. I don't know that we talked about
I
it.
think we did talk about it.
I don't know.
Right.
if we're doing
Oh,
this.
I don't know. I wasn't at the last meeting the whole time, so maybe then, but are there any other organizations that we should ask? Okay, all right, perfect.
Not unless it comes with a check.
Well, what about doorways? They're getting 200.
Right. They
They're a
don't-
sponsor.
They're not putting their pamphlets on.
Oh, yeah, they don't.
That's not what they get for being a sponsor. We don't.
That's
Right.
actually one of my questions. Is there a sponsorship level per table? I know you said
No.
there should be 3 tables.
The 3 tables are for food.
Oh, okay, never mind.
There's
Yeah,
3
no,
tables
no,
for
no,
food
no, no,
and
no,
like the middle, yeah.
We have done
Food,
table.
food.
Food, glorious food.
Okay. That is all I have for you, but if you have more questions, I'm happy to try and answer them. Perfect.
Oh, name
Participate
tags.
in breakdown.
We're gonna have name
And the
tags.
event.
We already
You know,
talked
Yes,
about
the
that.
event-
Yes.
the event is free.
Yes, everyone is.
Donations are
invited.
gratefully and graciously accepted,
Oh,
but not at the door,
Absolutely
but not required.
That makes sense. So the sponsorship.
That's just for people who
Deadline is for tomorrow.
they want, you know.
And the sponsorship is for
program.
people who want their logo out there in the program and that sort of thing.
I know, I asked my husband.
Okay.
Filling it over.
But either way, of course, you'd be welcome to attend. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah. So,
If you want us to feel it out this year and see if it's a good business venture.
That's bad.
Yeah, we have a property management business
Okay.
owned and run by me, so I was
Oh.
thinking.
Cool.
Well, that'd be a nice sponsorship opportunity.
There you go. People will
Rachel,
see your
any
logo.
success with,
It's a
not
great
video.
connection
I
opportunity
don't
because
think
it'll
it's
be
gonna work
loaded with
out,
people
but
in
we'll
Arlington.
see.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Janine,
you,
you're doing a
Janine.
fabulous job.
yes, absolutely.
Snaps for doing.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know who's next, but I yield the floor.
All right, who is next? Who else has something? Okay,
Oh,
we
you got it.
So I tried to get in contact with someone at the Victim Witness Program to staff the rack cards that I created. Have not heard back. I called them, got an email, sent an email.
Who's the contact there?
A. Jones Edmond.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can you preface?
Back up, she might not have been at the meeting.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. no, first.
I created a rack card for revenge porn. So for people who, I think it was sent around for people who have had that happen to them, gives like a list of options of like what you can do to, you know, what happens if this happens to you, essentially. And then information about revenge porn in Arlington. And I called the Victim Witness Program because we're hoping to get that rack card in their office for victims when they come in, so that they have some sort of resource, because we know that they're not doing any outreach from Parissa on revenge porn. I called, got Agents Edmonds' email, sent an email, have heard nothing back. So,
Is the victim witness program really we reached out to about?
Mhm.
Are we asking them to print it?
I was asking them to just partner so that we could have their their name on it,
Mhm.
and then we could get it printed.
Project Peace might be the better governing body to, because that's gonna
Yeah.
cover victim witness program as well as the human services people and all the things that sort of touch that.
Okay.
And Autumn Jones Edmonds is the A person we're trying to get
Okay.
hold of. She works for Prissa. They just emailed me about the rally. When I talk to them, I can just sort of,
That sounds
that way it
great.
won't sound so, who's this Jordan person coming off?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I
I'll
can
mention
send
it tomorrow
you
morning.
a copy of that.
Yeah, you guys meet before tomorrow morning?
Yes, I
We'll
can.
meet at 10.
I can send you that tonight.
I'm shutting my account. Now I'm talking about rat guard and porn.
That's a good combination.
2 red cards.
Janine, in the Eventbrite, I was kind of missing, what is the attire? Business casual?
Come as you are. But I can add that. That's
Paper
great.
bags. No.
Right. It's kind of business casual.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some people
So
come
you're
as
talking to Autumn
business.
tomorrow.
Knowing my husband,
Yeah,
it
I'm
would
not
just be
Autumn to be on,
tuxedo.
but I'm talking
That's
to
just-
the, it's a group, Project Peace is coordinating a bunch of folks together to talk about sexual assault awareness planning, prevention month planning activities. And so there was doorways on there. I think there was somebody from Victim Witness invited, they weren't there last time. So I feel like tomorrow morning's an easy in for me to talk to
Yeah.
whoever might be. And then when I talk to Carissa again, I can mention the record.
thank you.
And Jax, it's a combination of people in business attire and people in business casual.
And
You'll find some
also,
in both.
like, it can be classist to require people to come in any specific way, so.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You wear your
You might not
jorts.
want to put attire on there, maybe.
I was going to dress, come as you are.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, do you really want shorts and tank tops though? I mean, if the
If
weather
that's
was,
all someone has,
The weather will not.
Well, in March,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I
come as
mean-
you are has a very different connotation than business casual.
Don't look at me when you say that.
Wasn't looking at you for that.
Oh, my
How could you?
I will lead off and let everyone fend for themselves.
Yeah, there you go. Right, that's better. That comes there.
Courtney, just a little off, do count and write template. Nothing.
No.
There's a policy about it.
I would say this one is written very well. That is the only hiccup.
Because of your spell check.
Absolutely.
I was like, ooh.
So Jordan, did you have other things that you wanted to discuss before we move on to Susan? Does anyone have questions for Jordan? All right.
Did you send us the record?
I did a while ago.
Okay, I have it then.
It was badass.
Of course it is.
Where's Jordan picture?
Right?
It was yellow, right?
Oh, it's purple.
Purple. Yeah, it was purple.
Our red car was purple. What was yellow that I'm picturing? Forget it. It would have been awesome in yellow. Just kidding.
All right, well, okay. Susan.
Okay. All right. The moment everybody's been waiting for. We're getting very close now to format and majority opinion. Meg Tassilo, who's with AAUW, working with us.
Time out. For Jax's awareness, this is an event that's planned for June.
Yeah.
About financial literacy. It's a forum for learning. What is it? A table?
A panel.
Panel, thank you.
Oh.
Summit.
Workshop.
Okay, organize event.
There you go.
Right. I think we're calling it financial
Whatever you
sector,
want.
whatever.
I was just
It's, it's the same way. Anyway, so we were approached by Marymount University. They're interested in not co-sponsoring, but helping us put the program on. And the main question is, do you all want in-person, Zoom, or hybrid?
Hybrid.
Okay. Okay. You were. Okay.
Should have bet on it.
Yeah, really. And we were thinking 7 to 9 because if we have in person, we have more space. And that would allow people to get there from work. If they need childcare, they can be at home. Does the hour make more sense than 6:30?
Sounds a little late for
For work night.
a panel on financial literacy.
Security. Yeah.
What day of the week is that again?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the people who are going, I guess some of them might be students or, I mean,
Right.
did you kind of nail down, and then others might be working people?
Yeah,
what's the
combination.
Okay.
The, we're going to try to cover all bases.
I thought we had a heated discussion of the start time, if I recall.
Yeah, well, that's when we were
Not on
doing it
this,
at the
that he did discussion
library.
around Women in Vision.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because we were doing it at the library, which closes at 8:30. So that's why we were starting early.
Wait, where is it going to be now?
If we go with this, we'll have it at Marymount University in the
Oh,
so that's
auditorium.
Oh, wait, out by the golf course?
No.
Or the,
Right
the
across.
Building right here.
right in
Yeah,
Boston?
yeah, the new
Okay,
one
good.
with Starbucks.
Good.
And so you have the Metro, they have parking, which is, I think, $6 a car. And they are willing to take care of the Eventbrite, or registration, the flyer, everything. All our names will be on there. And so we'll just use our networks to, farm it out.
They also want to do Women in Vision.
What was that? Vision?
No, Women of Vision.
Oh, Women of Vision.
I heard they're not really into livable
Make them a
words these
price
days,
thing.
so I don't know.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Being sarcastic.
Anyway,
I would say, I'm not gonna express an opinion on anything until we hear
Right.
everyone's opinions, but if we go that way.
Yeah.
Like, I think you still want to reserve the review process so that you're taking a look at everything before it goes out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Right, they are not having full 100%. It's,
Just checking.
yeah, definitely. So we directed just to cover the students starting out in your career, mid-career retirement, and looking ahead. So that would appeal to college students, mid-career, and whatever, 40s, 50s. And in terms of just steps, management steps, we are having a Zoom with panelists in mid-April to go over things and who's speaking what. And Meg and I are attending an Arlington Chamber of Commerce Community Action Meeting at the end of March to publicize it. And as a matter of fact, Megan Newall from the credit union is head of that committee.
Oh.
So, and then I have a contact at the YMCA, so I'm hoping to send a flyer out to them. So that's basically it. So just, I need your blessing. We like the hybrid, but the time.
You want to discuss, or is everyone ready to vote? Not that we have to vote on this, but makes it easier.
Let's
Yeah.
vote.
Now that
You don't
you're-
get a vote.
I know, I don't get a vote.
Early and often.
Yeah,
I
that's
voted my
right.
mind.
That's right.
Okay, so let's show of hands. Everyone okay with 7 to 9? Let's start with the start time.
Okay, yeah, that's the key. I mean, it can end at 8:30. We just put 9 in case people linger or whatever.
Okay, so the two options are gonna be 6:30, raise your hand. 7:30, don't raise your hand. That's basically gonna be it,
Point of
okay?
clarification,
Yes,
is there networking in front of the panel talking, or is it we start and go right into people speaking?
That hasn't been brought up.
Because you could start the networking at 6:30.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
And also, allow for stragglers,
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's always stragglers.
especially on college campuses.
Yes, okay, so networking 6:30, program by 7. Make sense? And, yes,
I have a question. So if it's hybrid, are they going to do the technology piece, or is there somewhere where we're gonna?
no,
Yeah, I'm gonna go and cast off, or?
they will do it.
Is that okay?
Is it, yeah, would you like to be there? I mean,
So I think since it's gonna be a public meeting, it's gonna have to be done on Teams, which is fine. I mean, I can go in remotely, I guess. I don't know if they're gonna have it up on a, like something like this.
yeah,
Where I can do it remotely and cast it.
Right.
So.
well, I think I should put you in touch with whomever's doing it there, so you two,
Yeah.
no confusion,
Okay.
okay?
Sounds good.
So I'll make sure that happens.
Is everyone okay with the idea of doing it with Marymount?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so back to start time. First, let's start with the idea that Margaret just came up with. So we now have 3 options.
I wasn't pushing one way or the other. I was
Right.
clarifying,
I think it's a good point.
because start time makes a difference if there's networking.
Yeah, they might have suggested 7 because of classes, maybe some classes end at 6:30. But
For their space available, I mean, for space available, not
space and
auditorium,
people
right?
coming in,
So would you need to clear 6:30 with them? If it starts earlier for networking or just chatting?
well, just when we're, yeah. Yeah, I mean, whatever we decide, we're gonna go with.
Okay. How long do y'all want to be there? Let's look at it that way.
And people can come and go.
An hour and a half or 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
June.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends. How's the weather that day? Honestly. Just pick 6:30 and tell them that's what we're gonna do. That's what I say.
I mean, I like the idea of an hour and a half too.
Well, I think
That-
this is a topic
but-
that's dense.
Depends on what you
Yeah.
can fit in.
Right, exactly.
And then the networking, maybe hour and a half of panel conversation.
I think,
Still long.
Well, question, we're doing Q&A? We have to do a Q&A, right? So it's not just people talking at you for,
Oh, no.
this
How
is
many
just
people
my
are on the
personal
panel?
opinion.
4,
4, and they each get 15 minutes. That's an hour.
okay.
And then you have 15 minutes ahead of time for networking and 15 minutes afterwards for Q&A.
15 minutes only gets you 3 Q&A, and if there's
4,
4
but then,
panelists.
so then you do 15 minutes for Q&A and then 15 minutes for networking after, where people can come up and ask more questions.
I think it should be fluid. If people want to get there at 6:30 and start schmoozing, they should. And the panelists will know, I mean, we're starting, let's say, at 7. And then if people want to stay afterward.
This is my personal opinion. I don't feel like I need to vote because you still have some fluidity in how the program is coming off.
Exactly.
And I think you all should just make the best decision based on what you decide with the panelists and
Right.
how you want to set it up,
Right.
and then just go for it. It's
Okay.
whatever you put on that flyer that you give me,
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
be there.
Okay, and
That's
We'll know.
my opinion though.
we'll know definitely after we speak to them April 13th,
What's the date again?
June 20, wait, sorry,
June 7th, right?
June 7th now.
Yeah,
27th on the-
don't look at me, I actually could be wrong, I could be 4 days early.
Yes, yeah, right. Okay, yes, it's June 6th, Tuesday.
you're speaking to them April 13th.
Trial. It'll be a trial.
Oh.
I know, so sad.
So
Really,
Jordan's
really
vote
sad about
counts twice.
Yeah, that's right. Jordan missing in action.
Tisk tisk. That's really exciting.
It is.
Well, I'll be in trial locally that day, so maybe I'll be able to come.
Yeah. I want to test you, have you put law school
Yeah.
delayed for you? Okay.
So, I mean, to me, that seems fine too. But now you've at least heard what
Yeah.
commissioners are thinking in terms of timing,
Exactly,
so.
exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. Also, with receptions, that they have a life of their own. If some people want to show up early and talk to a certain speaker, they might. And then some might want to linger afterward and talk specifically to one to say, I'd love to talk to you further. Can I make an appointment? That sort of thing.
Okay. All right, so does anyone have questions for Susan? Thank you, Susan. It sounds like it's coming along really nicely.
It's hopefully
Sounds great so far.
Thank you. I think I'm excited because Karen, especially, will be a panel. She's really
I
excited.
actually asked to be on the agenda, but somehow that was ignored or.
No, I just didn't see it because I was at work all day and I was just triaging emails.
Yeah, I'll have to send you guys an email. I gotta get going.
Okay, I have the flyer. I'm just gonna hand it around again so everyone can find themselves.
Sure.
Okay. Very good.
And you were gonna put some text together.
There was a whole lot of things. I'll have to just fill you guys in.
Another thing?
All right.
Okay.
Well, it's only 20.
I have a child.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
forgot. Sorry.
So everyone just remember, take back the night, Thursday, April 27th.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you.
It's at 6 to 9 p.m. at Gateway Park in Roslyn.
Sure. I have it.
That's Orange and Blue Line Metros.
Yeah.
It's at Gateway Park, 6 to 9 p.m. on April 27th.
Right.
Orange Blue Lines, Roslyn Metro, rallyagainstrape.org. And they're on Twitter,
That's silver
Facebook,
lines.
and Insta. Well, it doesn't say that.
Rosalind is.
Well,
All the
it's
Arlington lines will get
Yeah,
to
all
Roslyn,
of them.
so it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
I
which
know
one.
everybody wants to go, but I have a treat for everybody. My son's getting married in May,
Ooh.
and we're having a little party.
Congratulations.
Thank you, family and all of that. And they like funfetti cake.
Oh, goodness.
So a friend and I made some, and I wanted to bring a little in for everybody, just to share.
Oh, what's
And-
in that?
And just figure one.
And
So,
very, very cool.
well,
Are you taking general updates?
Yes, but did you, let's
Oh,
hear what the
sorry.
and then we'll take the.
go ahead, I'll open it while you're doing it.
So this, 30 seconds or so, months ago, I volunteered to be the person that would talk with the Norwalk, Connecticut Women of Vision.
Ah, yes.
Because they were just
Really?
starting. So I just wanted you to know it's turned into 2 or 3. They really like us. They think we're contributing something, and all I've done is answer questions. I told them what we did at the county fair, and they gave me more follow-up, and they're new, so they appreciate having someone like us to bounce things
Someone
off
like
of.
you.
And And it turns out that the woman who is there, Courtney, used to work in the county.
Oh, wow.
I wish I could remember her name.
Are you going
Because
up
you might
there
even
at
know
all?
her. Okay.
Oh, she messaged me.
Oh,
She
did?
messaged
Okay.
me too.
Yeah, okay. All right. So anyway,
I want you to know, it's
Just thought I'd tell
warm
you that.
there.
oh, were you?
Yes.
In Norwalk or?
Yeah,
Nor-
Norwalk,
Oh, that's funny.
or Norwalk. as-
Small world.
So in our conversation yesterday, I said, well, if you're trying to raise money, because they don't have a budget either, so
Ah.
we went through that conversation. And I said, if you're trying to raise money, you might want to consider starting an award program.
Ah,
We do Women of Vision, we'd be happy to tell you how to.
Yeah,
So,
right?
Yeah,
For a
Okay.
sponsorship, no, I'm just kidding.
yeah, that's right.
So I just thought I'd tell you all that,
That is great. I
Good.
mean, really.
That's
in
exciting.
case you hear anything or follow up or.
Okay, you are bringing up the next generation of.
Well, there you go. That's right.
Expanding it,
That's
that's fantastic.
New chair was appointed, she was really excited.
She has a better memory than I do.
Okay,
That's great.
sorry.
No.
Okay, would anyone like a piece? Don't feel guilty if you say no.
No, thank you.
I would,
Okay.
I love the funfetti. I will also take a small bag.
I will take a square inch.
Square, okay.
Get your ruler out.
It is beautiful.
Isn't that lovely?
It is
looking?
lovely. Oh, that's your square.
And it's a mix, so it comes
so
out.
set it around properly.
Makes it easy.
Take time to look, but that is very kind of you. I've done that to the commission in the past, and I don't think it's good. So we do have February minutes
Sorry.
to approve as well as today's. So I'm just gonna, package them together and send them both to you when today's are ready.
Delicious.
And we will have more time to review.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Of course.
Here you go,
Least
Jess.
favorite cat.
They always are, right? I'll take a day to clean them up and then send them back to Julia for anyone to add anything that may be helpful to add.
Thank you.
Do you want to?
No, thank you, sure.
We have
we have a secretary?
Haley is kind of the secretary.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Although,
Oh, good.
I'm not sure we officially gave her that title, did we? Did we?
I thought we did, yeah.
Oh, was that?
I'll take a little piece, Susan.
Oh, sorry, I was getting.
I know, it's too massive, but
I love it.
I keep very firewall or whatever between like my work computer and my personal computer, so yeah, my husband got me this one and it's touchscreen too, which I love. I wish my work one was a touchscreen. I'm like touching it, I'm like, why can't I do anything? Yeah, everything should be touchscreen now.
If you don't mind passing that to me. Thank you.
Did we make a hard decision? No, we didn't make it. We're just gonna go with allspice or?
We're gonna go with allspice, ask him when he needs the numbers,
We'll do.
the final numbers.
Yeah.
And hopefully it complies with the policy we have not seen. So, yeah. Can you tell I'm a little anxious, but I'm, member of the bar and all that, so
Yeah, exactly.
I get a little nervous about.
Here you
Breaking rules or,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I agree. I'm with you there.
I feel like there were two attorneys in the room, very different.
We're very different people, but you know what? Caroline is not practicing right now. So we're very different.
That's a good point.
Well, she kind of is. I mean,
She's
She's not.
She's a government.
she's working, but she's.
Yeah, she's just not
She's
a
a government
practicing
lawyer.
Yeah, but
Right.
she's not.
Have to want to close, so.
Oh, yes, I very much like to close. Thank you, Courtney, as always.